Welcome back. Up to this point, I think you are writing Python like it's a notebook doodle, but real machine learning code, it's smart and structured. Throughout this session, we're gonna cover 3 points. Functions, to organize logic, condition, to make decision, imports, to bring in power from external library. So, by end of this lecture, you're gonna cover all of them. But right now, we're gonna start by function. What I can say in any programming language in the world, function, it's about don't repeat yourself. A function, it's about named block of logic that you can run over and over again. Like your favorite joke. Same punchline, always funny. Let's move to Visual Studio Code and we can scroll down here to add our very simple function. Here, the function is consist of 4 things. First, def stands for define. It's just like a keyword tell Python this block of code gonna act as a function. Next gonna be great, that one gonna act as the name of the function. Please make it clear, no garbage, okay? And the next one gonna be the parameter, how many parameter or the input for your function. And the last one gonna be the statement that you would like to be executed once you call the function. That's why if you're gonna come back again to the slides, we have here 4 steps. First, you have to define the function, which you're gonna write once with the define keyword. Then you're gonna call it as much as you want, it doesn't matter. And each function of the world gonna return some results, okay? If like summation function gonna return summation of 2 parameter. And the concept of all of this, it's about software engineering reusability. That one gonna save time and reduce duplicate code. Let's get back again to Visual Studio Code, and this time we're gonna call the function great with 2 values and execute it. And look at that. Functions let you write once, use forever. You're gonna just copy and paste, but in a classy way. Let's have another function here with another example, very simple and very straight one, but it's gonna show you the benefit of return. It's nothing, just gonna accept 2 parameter, and in the calling itself we're gonna pass the value. That one should return 14. Once you return, function end. Result is handed back like a pizza delivery. There are one more case we have to highlight it here for the addition, and that's what we call it bad addition. Here we will not write a return, we will take the name of the function and pass 2 value, which are gonna be 2 and 3. We're gonna keep it inside the result. If you're gonna go and try to print the result, do you think it will give you 5? Let me check. Give you none. That's exactly what we call it, common rookie mistake. If you don't return it, you will be sitting there wondering why your machine learning model score is none. The next one will be the default parameter, and here you have to pass it equal to. So we're gonna have here 2 ways of the call. The first call gonna be without second parameter, and second call with second parameter, and in both ways it's gonna work. This is how you build flexible logic. Let's have one function with a real use case for machine learning. This function, let me explain it for you one by one. The name of the function, call it calculate accuracy, which is gonna accept 2 parameter. The first parameter, call it predicted. That one gonna act as a list of values the model predict. The actual gonna be the ground truth label from the data set. And definitely both of them should have the same length, otherwise it will blow up. And why I'm setting here correct equal 0? That one is a counter. So to keep track of how many prediction matched, we have to start from 0. And each and every time we're gonna increment it by 1. It's like a scorecard board. Every correct match, add a point. And the for loop here act as iterate over the index position of the predicted length. That's why we are here using the length function, which give you the total number of predictions. And the range, as we used it before, gonna give us the list of indices like 0, 1, 2, 3, if there are 4 items, whatever. And here we have I, which is gonna be used to access both predicted and actual items. And in the return statement, we're gonna calculate the accuracy throughout this equation. It's time to go and execute this function. And we're gonna test it right now with the first scenario. I'm gonna pass two empty lists. Definitely it will crash because you cannot divide here by 0. The second one, if we try to provide two lists but with mismatch length, what do you think? Definitely it should be crash because it's gonna be an index error. Now it's time to go and write this challenge to calculate F1 score. Don't worry if it is not perfect. Just start to count true positive, false negative. You can use the blue equations for your guidance. Thank you for watching and see you in the next lecture.